Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kirk Dog. I'm Who You With, Kirk Dog, with my co-host, J Mull. What's going on, man?
Hey, oh, chilling, man, chilling.
All
What
right.
about you?
Oh man, I'm making it, man. Trying to enjoy this spending time with my wife and everything. You understand?
Right. Yeah,
Um,
I,
if this
I
is
do understand.
all right now, no secrets. Uh,
Yeah,
Hey, welcome y'all to the show. If this is your first time watching us live, definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media. Um, if you have a subject you want us to talk about, send us an email, which is strolling at the bottom of the stream. Who you with, kirkdog at mail.com. Send us a message on social media and we will respond. Right now, we do have a live chat going on. If you have a comment, leave a chat. Let's talk about it. Um, on today's show, we're going to talk about states opening back up and what do it mean for you, what do it mean for me, and the rest of the people of the world. How do you feel about it? We want to know. J Mull, tell me how you feel about with the state of Texas trying to open everything back up on the first on Friday.
I got mixed views on it because again, I don't think that they're giving us the correct information. On one hand, they're telling me uh, that the worst hasn't hit yet, and on the other hand, they're telling us, "Oh, well, we ready to open up." I feel that it is time. Well, I wouldn't say it's time, but I know everybody's ready to get out, and I know that the economy needs help. You know, to boost the economy again once everybody gets out and start working and start spending money again. But I don't want it to be too soon because if we come out too soon, it could boost everything and make everything worse. So I personally think that it should open up a few essential places, none to where everybody can congregate and get back to the normal. We're not ready for the normal yet. So that's my views on it.
All right. Well, I definitely agree with you. I think we shouldn't rush into it because we still don't have a cure for this. And as long as we don't have a vaccine that can cure people of it, the numbers are going to continue to go up. Like, for instance, yesterday,
Mm,
Dallas County, they hit the highest number yesterday, one day total 139 new cases, 10 deaths in one day. And
mm-hmm.
like I've said all along, this virus do not have, it don't discriminate against anyone. Unfortunately, a young
It does.
high school junior, she lost her life to it. And
Yeah,
she was
I
sitting in
say
an
that.
emergency room waiting to get treated and passed away. So we have to take all that in
Wow.
consideration. Uh, Governor Abbott, don't push this. Don't rush to open this up because you're putting us at risk. Um,
Yeah.
take our time, make sure we're doing it right. Yes, we do need to open the economy back up. I know a lot of small business owners and just business owner in general. And I've talked with some of them. They struggling. Matter of fact, we're gonna have one on the show coming up pretty soon. Trying to work out his schedule. He's in Massachusetts, and he's getting hit double hard because he's a business owner and he's an artist because
Right.
it's affecting both of them. So we definitely need to take our time doing it, but we don't need to rush into it. Kind of like,
Right.
unfortunately, Atlanta. This past weekend, the park because we're in Texas growing up, well, in my 20s, we used to hang out at Botman Lake.
Yeah,
Uh, hang out at Botman Lake.
yeah,
That was the spot on
yeah.
Sundays. This ain't the
Yeah,
time to
Parkman
do
was
that.
the spot.
Yeah, you go out there and
No, not
me,
yet.
me and my boys, we used to roll out there. I all had the sounds in the car, and I would make everybody a cassette tape. Tell you how long ago that was. We'd be playing the same music while we rolling down the street, and get out there and have a good
Right.
time. But I seen a video up in Atlanta this past Sunday up in
I
Decatur.
did see that deal. That was crazy.
That was very disturbing. Where
Looking at that, so looking at that video, you would have never thought that there was a pandemic going on.
exactly, exactly. I seen a picture of I guess it was Saturday or Friday after they opened up the beauty shops and all of that. They actually
Oh, I did.
they had all the ladies standing out there waiting in line to get their nails and hair done and all of this, and I'm like, come on now, that's too quick, and that's way too quick. So I don't know. We
It it, it just kind of shows how people are so vulnerable. I I guess I would say vulnerable to just follow the leadership. You don't do your own research. Even if they did say everything is open back up, I would just jump out there. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna take precautions. I'm still gonna use my mask. I'm still gonna do all that. I'm not that eager to jump out there and just go ahead.
exactly. I heard my homegirl over there. She over there trying to get your attention. She must want to watch a new movie. You helping
What's
her? Said you over there helping my homegirl with her homework today.
yeah, exactly.
But no, but definitely we have to use common sense. Now, I will say this. I watched a video the other day where JD, um, I almost want to say the god one of the godfathers of Atlanta. He was playing with the people. Come on, people, take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush into
Right,
this. It's not the time. I know we all want to be free,
right,
and this thing is serious, man. We gotta take it like we're this is it. So,
true.
but definitely, we was talking a while ago about a young lady up in Louisville, Kentucky, where she was arrested for violating a court order um, because she basically said, you know what, I don't care what the court says.
Right,
I'm gonna do what I want to do. But she violated
right.
that order so much where they end up putting an ankle bracelet on her to monitor to see if she's violating the court order or not. And
And that was my question. Again, did they okay before they put the ankle bracelet on her? Were they like stalking her or something? Were they, for them to know that she was violating? And if like her neighbors or somebody did tell them, how did they know that she was tested positive unless somebody broke the HIPAA law?
well, she probably lived in a small community because Louisville only have a little bit over 770,000 people in it, according to the 2018 census. Um, that's why censors are good for we can have an accurate count. Um, but because it's a small community in the nursing home that she worked at, it don't take much to realize that hey, such and such work at this nursing home, and now she's it been some infection there, outbreak there, where some patients have died. 13, I think it was 13 employees allegedly been tested positive for it. So if somebody see you in the store and they know you work there, hey, what you doing here? Thought you was off. Were you affected by that coronavirus? Then she go up and say, yeah, I got tested. I test positive. But she kept violating it uh, on three different occasions. And that's a problem within itself. So they put an ankle bracelet on her.
Right.
And she was arrested. Um, she allegedly did some other stuff, kicked out the police car tail light, did some damage to the car, and all of this. So last heard, she was sitting in jail, and she may end up be sitting there until the quarantine period is over. Now, my personal opinion, they gave her the
Right.
opportunity of staying at home in the comfort of her own home after she violated the order 3 different times.
Right.
So, but that's just crazy, man. Did you hear about that? It's a lady. She have a Facebook group out of North Carolina demanding that North Carolina be allow business to reopen. The leader of that group, um, and kind of find out after she undid all this protesting and stuff, demanding that North Carolina be open back up, she tested positive for coronavirus.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
crazy. People don't understand that this coronavirus is serious. I received a text about an hour ago. One of my sister friend and her mother been tested positive. Um, Praying for
Wow.
them as we pray for this world, um, because this is a serious situation. It's nothing to take
It's
lightly.
very serious.
It's nothing to play with. This is not a game. This is not a game. This is
It is not.
how that commercial come on. I think it's once a week or something on Wednesday. They send out the emergency
Uh,
alert. Beep, beep.
oh,
This is only a test, but this is not a test. This is serious. Um, so what else going on in your news? In your words, eh?
oh man, nothing, man. Just sitting back, anxious to get out. Not necessarily get out and just do things, just anxious to get back to the norm. Where you have the opportunity. It's one thing. I don't think a lot of people are necessarily ready to cut loose and just run. I think it's just having the opportunity to. And I think that's what's messing with everybody. I guess I could say that's what's bothering me. I don't get out and run around a lot, but just sometimes when you just want to, hey, I want to go get me a good steak from such and such, you know. I think that's what it is more than anything else. Outside of that, I'm good. It's more like I self quarantine anyway. So I think it's more of just having the opportunity to do things.
Well, that's cool.
What about you?
Well, of course, I would love to roam freely, but unfortunately, during this time, hey, I'm at home chilling, trying out new recipes, and
Yeah,
doing a lot of cooking. Not eating out much because, unfortunately, I've always been a picky eater. I like to,
right,
if I can't see who's preparing my food, I don't want it. And during this time,
right,
unfortunately, with some of the normal hot spots, you don't really know who's cooking it, and you don't know if they're taking all precautions. Um, but I can't wait until we get free. Um, yeah, I need to go see my my friend, one of the greatest bartender ever. But uh, she makes
Yeah.
some of the best Hennessy margaritas around. I'm not a big drinker, but when I do drink, I get me a Hennessy
But one,
margarita from her. Uh, um, but
right.
also, man, did you see? And I guess this came out on the 24th after we did our last show. The House of Representatives said they won't be in D.C. Next week, which is basically this week, uh, because of the coronavirus threat. Um, I'm like this: if your government office are not open, if your leaders are not getting out there shaking hands, kissing babies, don't do it.
I agree.
If
I
they
agree.
not going out, especially election year, if they not going out and having rallies and stuff like that,
Right.
you better look at. This is one time I would say follow your leaders,
Right.
because if they not going out shaking hands, kissing babies, and all of that,
But they
don't.
telling me, oh, we open up.
Yeah, don't do it.
Wait a minute. Something.
Don't do it. If you
Hey,
know
did you see?
your phone broke
Did you
up.
see where? No. Did you see where uh vice president was out without a mask on?
Exactly. Going to seeing patients that have the coronavirus and he not wearing a mask.
Uh, all that is suspect to me.
Sometimes people do stuff to get camouflage just to say, "Oh, I could do it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt." Yeah, but like he said, he's tested all the time. And here it is, some local people. It's hard for them to get tested because it's a
Exactly.
problem. It's a problem for them to get tested at all.
Uh-huh.
So for them to say, "Oh, I get tested all the time," yeah, you get tested all the time, but should you all those different tests they giving you? How about giving some of those tests to the people that are waiting to get tested? Are the ones that we've
True.
heard about that was actually have died trying to get tested? Are the ones that was
True.
turned away because they were refused the test, and later on we find out they passed away from it? If you
Sad.
taking precautions and trying to make this world safe, it start from the top. Now the president
True.
and the vice president, they don't like to uh, they don't want to take advice from professionals that knows what's best, and that's from the doctors that is advising them. But then they really want to do their own thing and try to be Billy Badass, and which eventually will catch up to you, unless you got a vaccine that we don't know about that you're using. Reason why you're not concerned about getting it because you know you have a vaccine to get it. I'm just saying because for some reason, if everybody around you telling you you should wear a mask and you going in the red zone in a hot spot of people that have it and you violated the hospital policy. The hospital policy is everyone must wear a mask, and you refuse to wear one. Me personally,
So how are you going?
that's not a good leader. That's not a good leader at
This
all. When you um, not you want the people to do things, but you're not doing it yourself.
exactly. That's what I was just about to say. How are you going to put down this mandate and charging people like we was just talking about the lady from Louisville, where I know it's a local government, but you're putting out mandates and telling us what we need to do and finding us or having some kind of punishment for us not doing it. But then here you are on live TV telling us, "Oh, I'm all right. I get tested. I got tested. I'm negative. I don't have to follow the rules."
That's crazy.
Like you said, that's not a good leader.
No, no, it's not. And the way to change that is by registering to vote and vote them out.
Exactly.
Get them out because
Exactly.
they don't have your best interest in this whole situation. Um,
Nope.
speak when you
Oh,
s- when you said that, I thought about and I don't want to get the city wrong, but I it was a mayor for some reason. I want to say Beaumont, but I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that city, but it was a mayor of a town. She got caught violating her own order to go to a nail shop, and she said because she needed to take her fingernails off, she needed the stuff to take her fingernails off. How can you lead a flock and you doing everything that you telling your flock to do, not to do, and you doing different? You can't leave your flock like that. Come on now.
not like it's crazy.
I'm like,
It's
man,
crazy.
this is people gotta realize you gotta sometime just a little bit of common sense will go a long way. It
You
will
know they
go.
say coming.
Yeah, that's why I just said a little bit because I tell my wife that all the time. I'll be like, man, that's just common sense. She like, yeah, but some people it ain't common. And I'm like, well, yeah,
It
you
ain't
got a point. Yeah, but either way, hey, I just want to come on here. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow us, like us, tell a friend. Um, as you can see on the bottom, um, you can live chat with us, leave your comments, um, like the page, and follow us on all social media. Um, we also, it's crazy. I want to say California. My wife was telling me yesterday, California had folks laid out on the beach and stuff yesterday. I was like, man,
wow. Wow.
that's not good at all. I understand you want to get out, want to do stuff. That old saying say, uh, all things not good. Hey,
True.
rushing to get
True.
back outside and get back to the new norm because we would never go back to the way that we were.
It'll never happen.
That's over with. The change that is gonna come after coronavirus is over with, it would never go back to the way it used to be. It would never go back to, oh, I'm going to hang out here, going to hang out there. No, it's not gonna. Once we find a cure for the coronavirus, it still will take years before we start feeling comfortable to do the things we used to do in the past. I know for me,
True.
they could tell me they have a vaccine today, and I'm still gonna take my time getting back
Right.
out there. So, and even before this happened, I always carried hand sanitizer with me, and I always wash my hand.
Right.
So, um, so definitely we gotta be smart at what we do, um, and how we do it. Um, and then yesterday we hit the U.S. hit 1 million cases,
Wow.
1 million cases of the coronavirus,
Wow.
and it's crazy how in a short period of time our numbers have increased that high. Even with the numbers of
Right.
death is high. I heard some
True.
people compare it uh, to a war that lasted 13 years. Um, it didn't even have this many deaths. So that tells you a lot.
Hey, yeah, that's true. I was looking at what was I? I was looking at some social media, and and Cardi B, which is not a credible source, but I seen where she said I seen where she said that some of these celebrities were getting paid to say they had the coronavirus, right? Well, since they said that, you notice that they haven't that they haven't came out with any new celebrities. Have you noticed that?
Um, I I I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't I wouldn't put anything past anybody to make a dollar. Um, I'm not saying they did or didn't. I don't know. I don't know them personally. I would pray and hope nobody would do that with something like this, because at some point you're gonna have to answer for that. Um, and I would hate for someone to play around and say they have it, and then they actually end up getting it. So I
True.
don't know if it's true or not. I pray and hope it's not, but we don't know. I don't know. Um, but if I did know of someone pretending to have it just to make a dollar, I would definitely call them out on it. Because if
Right.
you if you're doing that just to get ratings on social media or whatever, or have people feeling sorry for you, you just a low down dirty sucker. Just to be straight
Right.
up honest with you, and that was the clean version.
Right.
But
Exactly.
so I know personally, I pray and hope no one is doing anything like that. Um, and man, that would be jacked up if someone doing it. I do know some celebrity, they do certain things to kind of encourage people. Man, I don't know if you seen that video um, with Kurt Franklin, uh, Fantasia, Kelly Price. Um, I call her Lily, Leandria Johnson, and they did his song "Smile," I believe. Man, that's a dope video. Uh, they did it live and it was dope. I was like, all right, I like that, encouraging. Yeah, giving some encouraging words for
Look,
the people during this time.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't see that.
It's on Instagram. I'm sure if you look at Kirk page or whatever, he probably have it posted on there. But I was like, all right, I watched it about 5 or 6 times myself, um, so definitely check it out. But anything else going on? We're trying to work out some schedules with some of our guests to have them on. Um, I know the counselor. Um, she's probably going to be here on Monday. She's supposed to confirm with me either today or tomorrow, and we'll have her on Monday. And then my friend out of Massachusetts, he's going to confirm with me what his schedule for we can um, get them on and talk about it and see what's going on in other states and stuff.
True. All right.
So
That'll be dope.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Other than that, I'm just chilling. I'm gonna work on some stuff around the house. see what my wife want to do. Man, we've been watching um, Black Lightning. Whew. That's a long series. We just finished season one last night. Um, so she been
On
wanting,
series.
so she been wanting to hit that up. So I guess we'll start watching that again today. Go in here and get prepared to cook later on. Prep my food up. Start marinating my food for the night. Um, every night she want me to cook that broccoli and Brussels sprout um, combo I
Yeah.
make. It's pretty good. So definitely, I can't wait until all this over. Need to get with the crew, have a good cookout, and go with that. So, but I'm not in no rush. Not in no rush at all. But
Not at all.
so, but we appreciate everybody listening in. Jay, you want to add anything else before we get up out of here?
No, that's it, man. Just thank everybody for listening. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Stay safe and keep trunking.
Most definitely. Shout out to all the truck drivers, all the workers that have to be out there, grocery store workers, doctor, nurses. Like I said, definitely follow the channel, subscribe, like, share. And until next time, we will talk to you soon. We love y'all. Be safe. Peace.
Peace.